So, the market ended the week kinda meh. Flat, a little mixed, but definitely not boring. Hey everyone, it's Saturday morning, July 19th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we begin, today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital. For smart investment solutions and high-quality funds, head over to amf-capital.de. If you enjoy the podcast, please rate it wherever you're listening, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, let's get to it. Friday didn't bring much action. The Dow slipped about 0.5%, the Standard & Poor's 500 dipped just below the flat line, and the Nasdaq, it squeaked out a tiny gain to notch yet another record. Here's what happened. Early in the day, we actually saw some green, but those gains faded after the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Survey showed one-year inflation expectations dropping to 4.4%, down from 5% in June. So, good news on inflation, but it didn't spark a big rally. Basically, the market consolidated after a crazy week. Remember, Thursday saw fresh all-time highs for the Standard & Poor's 500 and the Nasdaq, so Friday was more about catching its breath. And even with all the tariff headlines, the economic data says consumers aren't really slowing down yet. Speaking of tariffs, Trump is reportedly pushing for even higher blanket duties on European Union imports, like 15 to 20%, just as negotiators are scrambling to avoid those August 1st sweeping tariffs. That headline definitely kept people cautious. Then there was Netflix. The streaming giant's earnings came out Thursday night with solid numbers. A profit beat, decent revenue. But investors were hoping for a bigger bump in full-year guidance. The stock dragged because, well, Netflix is already trading at a high valuation, and expectations were sky-high. On the flip side, American Express had a great quarter, proving high-end consumers are still spending. And in the background, Trump's feud with Jerome Powell cooled a bit. Powell even sent a letter defending the Fed's headquarters renovation project after Trump slammed it. But the bigger question now, who replaces Powell next year, and how do they balance keeping Trump happy while trying to keep the Fed independent? So yeah, a quiet Friday to end a pretty busy week. Markets held up, tariffs and Powell drama are simmering, and all eyes are now on the next big earnings and policy moves. That's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. I'll be back Monday morning with a brand new episode. Don't forget to subscribe, rate the podcast, and share it with your network. Thanks for tuning in.